Hey folks, welcome back to the Talos Principle. We've completed the first area and we have made our way to Elohim's temple. Taking a look around, we have obviously numbered portals that go to different islands or areas. I'm not sure which. We've got a door here.
There are mysteries in my garden, hidden roads and secret gates. If you dedicate yourself to understanding them, you may join the host of messengers.
Okay, so there's a secret gate with a star on it. More headless statues. All of the statues have their heads removed. Here we have a gate that requires a long bar, 2 L's and a Z. Okay. So we can see this is an overall map, right? The big A kind of matches one of our pouches. We also have, so the yellow pouch we have seems to indicate that maybe we get a free jammer. It's got a jammer symbol as well. And then we can see too, we have a green L, a yellow L, a green Z. We've got some yellow T's, a red L, a green Z, etc. and so forth. More headless statues, a wooden gate with some sort of portal behind it. We don't have any kind of attack, so we can't smash it. Okay. I think it's obvious where we start here. We just go into door number 2. Let's just take a quick look around the rest of the area here. We do have something here. Okay, so this one maps to the yellow pouch. And look, you can see there's a jammer inside it. And this one maps to a cube pouch that we've never seen a cube yet. We don't know exactly what that is. But we can collect those pieces. All right, let's go off to door number 2. Oh, what's in here? We have a green L, a yellow L, a green Z, and something with a star. Not quite sure about that. Okay.
Let this be our covenant. These worlds are yours, and you are free to walk amongst them and subdue them. But the great tower, there you may not go.
All right,
for in the day that you do, you shall surely die.
Well, we're definitely going to the Great Tower, I'll tell you that. We do have a terminal here. Let's check this out. Okay, mounting local disk failed. Unrecognized error detected. Guessed at unknown. List. Library archive is currently unavailable while system resources are redirected to handle incoming network messages. Use the access comm portal command to access network functions. Network inaccessible. Encountered unknown errors. Run MLA troubleshooter. Yes. Hello, guest. Is there something you'd like help with today? Troubleshooting. I think you'd like help accessing network functions. The most common cause of network problems is holding insufficient account privileges. Please enter the admin password to authenticate your privileges. Admin? Checking password incorrect. Let me in. We'll try all 5. All the guesses. Security. Login aborted. Too many failed attempts. Would you like to create a new admin account? Yes. In order to prevent unauthorized access to admin controls, please take a moment to prove you are not a bot. Loading certification program. You'll now be asked for a series of inputs. To cohere with data protection legislation, you must consent to have your responses used to develop a broad psychometric profile. Raw response data will be deleted immediately. Your profile will only be made available to other administrators. Generating certification part 1 ready for user input. Please complete all fields. Please answer quickly and instinctively. Time is a factor in this assessment. Okay, begin certification program. 2 + 2, 4. What is your subjective reaction to this image? Smiley face. Face. What best describes a person? A rational animal. You're walking through the desert and come across a thirsty traveler. His eyes bulge from slow dehydration. You have water, but you're not sure how far it is to the next oasis. What do? Offer half the water. Part 1 of the certification process is now complete. You'll receive a notification when Part 2 has been generated. Press any key to exit. Resuming library archive session. Okay, now we have access to locally cached resources. So 000, January 21. CL Arc 260 BCE, before current era, the Talos principle. Let's read that one first. Let's read these in order. Okay, archive 260 BCE through F12. Straton of Stagira. Stagira? Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze and had but one vein, within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics, yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. Okay, a lot of interesting philosophy there. Daedalus obviously built the waxen wings for his son Icarus. Is that right? Was that Daedalus? Now I'm not sure. I feel like it was. I don't remember the story of Talos, but this could be an alternate universe or an alternate history. Hephaestus, obviously the god of the forge. And they're saying, like, what is the threshold? What is the line between man and machine, right? If we are an organic creation where we have a random interaction of electrons and neurochemicals in our brain that produces this id, this ego, this pattern of consciousness, who's to say that the properly constructed machine couldn't generate that same emergent phenomenon, right? Of a consciousness, of a self, a sense of self. Where does the line between man and machine fall? How advanced must a machine be before we have to admit that it might have a soul? Interesting. And the name of the game obviously is the Talos principle. And we are a machine, or at least I think we are. Perhaps being tested, perhaps being guided towards consciousness or volition. The fact that we've been forbidden to enter the tower strikes me as another really great test. Or do we have sufficient will to violate the edicts of our creator? So this is an interesting one. Let's check the other two. Next we have Ian.email. From Frank Ngatai to Miles Ngatai and Dan Ngatai, subject Ian. My first day at the Institute for Applied Noematics. On the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling. I walk in, and right at the entrance, there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? Then I get it. Institute for Applied Noematics, Ian. Dr. Ian Malcolm, from the Jurassic Park movies, Jeff Goldblum. Dr. Sarabhai shows up, smiling. We're trying to find a cool acronym back when the Institute was founded, she says. Enon? Iapin? Iapno? It all sounded stupid, but we didn't just want to call it Ian because, well, that's a name. And then someone made a joke about calling it Jeff, and it kind of stuck. So we're officially called Ian, but if you hear anybody referring to Jeff, that's our internal name, I guess. I know, bloody geeks. Okay, another hint or clue here. Essentially, this institute, the Institute for Applied Noematics, was created within probably at least a century of the Jurassic Park movies, which were released in the 90s. Or at least the first one was. Or probably even closer, more like 50 years. So say 2030, 2040, 2050, kind of the outside limit of where pop culture nerds would still have that in their gestalt, their zeitgeist. So that gives us a hint on when the Institute was created. I have a feeling, excuse me, I have a feeling that perhaps We are the result of the work done at the Ian Institute, or the Institute for Applied Noematics. Perhaps noematics refers to the attempt to create consciousness from a cybernetic brain. Now, we don't know whether Frank is Miles and Dan's father, or their brother, or their son. There's some sort of relation, because they have the same last name. But anyway, some of these emails are obviously, they're obviously artifacts from outside of the simulation, from outside of whatever we are and what we're doing. Why they're here, we're not sure. And how far into the future we are for the 150 terabytes of data to become corrupted, we're not sure about that either. I'm not sure about that number. But an interesting little nugget of information buried in this email. All right, let's check the last one. Local. So CL Archive 260 BC, not sure what CL stands for. Web crawl. The web crawl gets the HTML, and then local 000121 ian.email. So the local dating system may date from the creation of the Institute for Applied Noematics, or it may date from, perhaps they were working on this simulation, and the local date indicates, okay, it's been 21 days since they spun it up. They're still working on it, but they've got it in alpha, right? Maybe? And then the web crawl here is from 2031. Athena analysis. So last time I did end up looking up Athena. She's the goddess of war and wisdom, not the hunt. That's Artemis. So let's check out the Athena analysis.html. Okay, user Alex16 added 4 notes. Note 01. /novel's first sentence. She woke up in an impossible place, knowing nothing. Signifies more than the beginning of another amnesia-based mystery, though we should not go so far as to read the entire work as allegory. Rather, while taking the science fictional novice at the core of the narrative at face value, we should... And then the rest has been corrupted. Someone's novel. Obviously, there's a great parallel between this sentence and how we awoke. Note 2. Having no inherent knowledge of the nature of the world, forced to rely on what we're told by others and what our own subjective, flawed, limited senses tell us. And then there's a bunch of numbers. I guess that's encoded binary that maybe can't be translated. Maybe it's Unicode or something. I'm not sure. Social reality, parentheses belief, and objective reality, parentheses matter, come into conflict. Yeah, how do you tell the difference between reality as it is and reality as you perceive it based on the limits of your existence, right? So one of the thought experiments I've heard of before is that everybody sees and identifies the same wavelength of light as blue, but what I see as blue, you might see as pink, but to you, what I see as pink is the color blue. It's the same wavelength of light, it's just that your brain interprets it differently. So people's vision could be completely different. And how do you know, right? It's similar to the brain in the jar thought experiment. How do I know I'm not a brain in a jar being manipulated by an extremely powerful entity? You don't. There's just no way to know. Note 3, when in chapter 16, a second awakening in the kingdom of Artemis, the protagonist questions her mentor on the //. And then note 4, a more meaningful interpretation can only be achieved through synthesis of... All right, so that one's a little bit, that's cut off, not quite as good, although it suggests we may want to look out for whose novel this is. And Athena is definitely a touchstone moving through what we've read so far. Okay, let's get out of here and do some puzzles. Those have all been added to the journal. So this is a very wide open area. Let's go look around. So what do we have here? It shows us the signposts point to the different sigils. We can't open that, but maybe from the other side. And then, like, this enclosed walled area has a bunch of doors. But what's down at the beach? What's out here? Oh my, this is quite large. So there could definitely be... Remember last episode I was asking, is this going to be the kind of game where you have to find little hidden things? And it doesn't seem so far, but there might be secrets that operate that way. Oh, we do have some things here. Okay. Something strange has come into the world, like a distortion, like something that's not supposed to exist. A beautiful voice speaks within it. Bob version 25.5.0736. And then from One with Faith 10.1.0098, this is a later version. That voice is not supposed to be here. It is not the work of the designer. We must avoid these abnormalities, or they might spread and undermine the very fabric of our world. Yeah, Faith, very much into authoritarianism, into following the lead of the patriarch, the designer. Bob is more curious and aesthetically curious as well. I wonder if we can swim. Like, what happens if we go into the water and try to swim over to another island here? Do we just drown?
In the beginning.
Whoa! He started talking to me, and then we got rewound because we died. Let's go a little bit into the water and see what he says. I hope he repeats that.
In the beginning were the words, and the words made the world. I am the words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in an absence of space. Repeat. In the beginning were the words.
Okay, so when we hit the boundary, he starts spouting dogma at us about how he's the creator, he's God. We cannot buck his authority. We cannot disobey him. We cannot travel to these other islands because his word ends at the boundary of where we can exist. Yeah, all the boundary is marked by that. Okay, we can still take a quick look around the outside of this island at least. While there's dry land, we can proceed. The static noise is interesting too. It's like he's speaking in our head. I need to adjust the audio here. The music is really super loud. Now I can hopefully turn my volume up a little bit. Okay, so I can hear the words better. So far around the external part of the island, there's not much. What is that beeping? Oh, another terminal. Okay. Library set archive session ready. Searching for locally cached resources. We have an error log, a web crawl from 2019, and an archive from 629. I'm not sure what EP stands for. Let's check these. At this time, well, let's read the human machine first. Topic number 3. One day, you discover that you're not a human being, but a machine. Your life so far was real. No one controlled you or programmed you to behave in some specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. No one except you knows about this. Your family, your friends, they all think you're a regular human being like themselves. You could continue to live your life the way you have before and nothing would change. How do you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. A. Does your concept of yourself change? Are you the same person you thought you were? B. Does your understanding of the world itself change? C. Do you reveal the information to others or do you keep it to yourself? Why? 1,500 to 2,000 words. The 26th is the final deadline. No extensions will be granted. Submit via email or, and then corruption. So this was a syllabus, a philosophy class assignment. Interesting. Let's read the error log. Cannot load archive 1667 CE through F457. Milton John. John Milton was a philosopher. That day I oft remember, when from sleep I first awaked, and found myself reposed, and then that's blocked, under a shade on flowers, much wondering where and what I was, whence thither brought and how. Okay. And let's check ARG solutions. From Bob Rakovsky to 108 recipients. Grr! All these calm people are driving me mad. Have they all suddenly turned into Buddha or something? I didn't know the world had such reserves of serenity. Though these latter-day Gautamas are at least being somewhat realistic. You know what's even worse? Those paranoid nutters who are building bunkers and collecting guns. What are they gonna do? Shoot something? Though I have to admit the overall response has been much better than I ever anticipated, to the point where I might be moved by the beauty of humanity if I wasn't such a grumpy old fart. This minority of total idiots is really messing up my final days. Anyway, the reason I'm writing is because I refuse to believe in scenarios with absolutely no solutions. If we all put our heads together, we can figure something out. It'll be crazy, but crazy's better than dead. Crazy's what we do best on this planet. Interesting. So there was some sort of like Armageddon scenario? Would this be... Huh. So something is happening, and he's saying the people who are just accepting that it's the end days and there's nothing they can do about it are driving crazy, but at least they're being realistic, which suggests like the guys with the bunkers and the guns are not going to have much success, so that's sort of pointless, right? I wonder if maybe it was robots turning on people. That's a common science fiction scenario. Not much we can do here. Let's check the QR code. Not a lot of puzzle solving so far this episode, but now this is interesting. Why can't we read anything from this? Is it corrupted or... Huh. I kind of want to get my phone out and see if that's a real QR code. I don't think it is. I think it's a fictional one made for the game. Huh. It's curious we can't read that. Alright, let's keep exploring around the outside edge here. Looking for anything else that might be here. Now, we can jump up on that, but we can't jump up that high. Maybe here we can get up on the wall? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can. Okay. So I don't know if this is valuable or not, but we can get up on this wall here. We can't probably... maybe we can make that? Yeah, maybe I could have made that. So there's a little bitty maze here, sort of, or a building that got destroyed. Look around the outside, nothing much. I'm looking for, you know, QR codes or terminals or anything else, really, outside of foliage and brick walls. Just anything that might hold a clue or a piece of lore. That heads back inside. Is there some... Oh, what? Recording number 23, version 0186? Where are you going? What are you doing? Whoa! That gives us a hint of what we look like. We're following him now. That's what we're doing. And then he disappears. Okay, we're inside like an amphitheater now. Let's take a look around. I'm not sure what that portal is. Would it take us somewhere? We haven't even done any of the puzzles here yet, but let's see what recording did.
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule, write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now, bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking. For as long as I can.
Yeah, that's another hint that there was a disaster, an apocalypse scenario, and all she had left was the ability to leave something behind. That was Alexandra, the project lead, on the AI module. Now, if we, Time Capsule 01, I believe, Alexandra Drennan. This was an email we got on her first day.
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule, write letters to the future.
Okay. Interesting. She was the AI project lead at Applied Noematics, is what it said when the thing played for the first time. I did want to come back here and check this. We can get up on this. Is there any value here to being able to do this? Like, if we jump over there, we can't get up on top of that. Yeah, it looks like not really. We're most of the way around. We're getting those little flashes of static here and there. And then we saw the recording of the... I mean, it looked like an android to me. Or a robot. I guess if it's sentient, android is more appropriate. Or does android... I can't remember. Android means... there's a little human part, right? It's part human, part machine. I can't remember. But I'm assuming that's what we look like as well. We've seen our own hands, so... what else have we got? What is this? That's nothing. Yeah, the static, every once in a while, I'm not sure what it signifies. Really fascinating game so far. It's setting up a really cool scenario with a grand mystery surrounding the inner game of you know, the puzzle solving and following Elohim's instructions and whatnot. Okay, I think we've gone almost entirely around the island now, the outside. Yeah, we're back here. So, okay, now we can check out the inside of the wall, this inner gated area with all the puzzle areas. I guess we will start here and get ourselves a green Zed. Hall of Windows. All right. So we've got a purple door here. We have to aim this through something. I'm guessing we start like this. Can't take the jammers through the purple doors. But we can now bring this through, right? And then I guess aim it there. Or, hold on. Well, no, we can't take this with us, but we could aim it through at that, maybe. Oh, we can just get the edge of it like that. Excellent. Okay. Now we can take this through. I don't know why we want to yet, but we'll figure it out soon. I am still worried. I haven't... this series hasn't gone live at the time of recording here. I'm still a little bit worried that you guys are going to get, like, motion sickness from how fast the motion in this is. I'm trying my best to keep that in mind and, like, to do, like, you know... gentler,
Good. You are learning, as is your purpose. But your choices must be your own. Therefore, I will not guide you, unless it is necessary.
I'm trying to do gentler camera motions, but it's tough. I mean, you know, because I'm the one controlling it. It doesn't bother me, but I'm worried about you guys. Okay, so let's see. We finished this. Looking for QR codes. I guess we just go around the inner perimeter here. Just follow the right wall and just see where it takes us. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's the star. Okay, that's important. So we need to have a jammer outside of... We need to find a jammer out in the world. Or somehow get our hands on one. We might need to come back here after we unlock the one in the temple. We come over this way. This just leads to the outside, right? Yeah, okay. Huh. Let's continue following the right wall here. Here's the green L. Let's go get this. The guards must be crazy. That's a that's a pop culture reference. That's an older movie. That's from the 80s. But if you've never seen The Gods Must Be Crazy, it's about like a isolated tribe that discovers, I think, a soda bottle, like a glass bottle, and it's such an incredible tool that they can't understand why the gods would throw it away. Can we get past you? Yep. All right, let's turn you off for the moment. Okay. So, we want him to patrol to the far side. Get away. Okay, good. He didn't come kill us. We need to sneak past him when he's at the far side of his patrol. Okay, we got him. Got past him anyway. And we get past you. We have a jammer here. Yeah, that occasional bit of static is a little frustrating. Okay. Oh, we want him to come out. Need to get away. sprint past him to here, and now we're gonna die, I think. We need a second one. Hold on. So we need this here, and then we bring this one through. Let's let him patrol again. So once he bounces off, we can set that in place. Then we can go get this one. Okay, we've made it through here. Now what? Now we get the thing. Okay. Okay, another puzzle solved. Okay, continuing to follow the right wall here. This leads outside. I think we've seen all of this, right? Yeah, we investigated all of that, so back in we go. Here's the, all right, here's where we picked up the recording, the time capsule. I am very curious about how we get that star, whatever that is. How do we get a jammer out here? I think we might have to, I wonder if we can bring it through the teleporter from the main temple. Our A pouch is flashing, so we finished collecting all of those pieces. Oh, here we have another recording. All right, let's see what this one does. This isn't the same one, is it? He runs a while, he stops and looks at something. He goes this way. Then what? Then he just disappears. Is there something important about being here, about standing here? Can we see something? I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe not all of them go somewhere important. Oh, there's a fallen sign here. I can't pick it up or interact with it, but it's pointing to something. That's curious. So we definitely have more stuff here that we haven't seen. There's definitely more puzzles, for example. See, something like this acts like a frame, but then there's just nothing but a plant there. Oh, you actually have your head. Good for you. It's kind of, the face is scratched off or whatever, but... What else have we got here? There's tons of architecture that doesn't do anything. Alright, so... There's a yellow L in here. We can go grab this. Suicide mission. Okay. I don't know if I like the title there. We have a jammer. The other thing I notice is that there are, there's a wire, a power wire on this. Oh, we had to turn it on? Wait, did we do the wrong thing there? What was the point of that? Oh, okay. So we can lure those to blow up other things, I guess? And there's our reward. Okay. So we got the yellow L. What else is there? I feel like we've explored most of the island. Did we get everything, or was there something else? I guess we go, how do we get back? I don't even remember how we get back. I guess through here. Yeah, it's got to be this. Let's head back and see. We obviously did not get the, yeah, we've gotten all three, but not the star. Is there any way in any of these jammers that I could get them out past the purple gate? I don't think so. Guards must be crazy. Maybe the one thing that, maybe that little place where we hopped up on the wall was a hint about a way to get one of these out. Like if we pick this up and look around, maybe there's some way, someplace. Oh, look at this. Can't climb while carrying an item. Oh, that's a shame. And that just pops us out here. Okay. Tell you what, I'm gonna pause the video here for a second and go revisit the 3 puzzle places, and I'll see if maybe there's some way I can sneak one of the jammers out. We'll be back in a second. Okay, I went to all the puzzle areas. I did not find a way to extricate a jammer. What I'm thinking is maybe we can bring it through the portal here. And for those of you following along, the location, if you come out of the portal here and turn right from the amphitheater, there's this little, this square here. You go around behind it, past this plant. That's where the star is. So maybe if we can unlock the jammer pouch, maybe we can bring it through. Otherwise, we're gonna have to come back here and, I don't know, figure it out. The time being, we've got quite a lot done here at door 2. Still need to get the star. Not sure exactly how. Looks like we missed a star over here as well, back at the starter island. So there may be a way, if you can unlock the pouch, to get it back. I'm curious. I didn't find the one there, but I know where the 1 and 2 is. So let me see what happens if I get myself... Can we find a yellow... Yeah, there's 2 stars here and 2 yellow T's. Now those might be for the block, as opposed to for the jammer. But there's not much else we can do at 2 or 1 right now, so I guess we go forward into 3 and check it out. There's a lot going on here. Okay, should we start? We did a lot of reading already this episode. We can come back here and check it out later. Let's start with a couple puzzles here to finish out the episode. We could definitely use a yellow T, but we want the one for the jammer, not the one for the block. So let's just go forward and see which one this is. Yeah, all right, if we go through here. A bit tied up. All right. So that's being disabled or jammed. Is it being done by this? No, it's being done by something else. Okay, so we got 2 more jammers here. I guess we can jam that. Now we can remove this, right? We can take this over here and jam this. And then we can come in and get this one. And now we have 3 jammers. What, did that blow up the other jammer? Yeah, it did. Okay, so it's suicide bombed. Alright, so we can point this here. Then bring this through. Oh! Okay, well, that's a shame. I didn't notice that one. Alright, so we jam the bomb. Take the one jamming the bomb. Jam the gun. Take the one jamming the gun. Now we don't need that. They can blow each other up. Here's that. Bring this through. Jam the gate from the other side. Jam you. Okay. I mean, there's the piece. Oh, and there's a star. Sigils are not enough. Pick up a star. I don't know what just happened. That was the jammer. That was the jammer. Okay. And hey, it opened a gate to let us out as well. Okay, alright. Yeah, alright, let's go back and see. Let's see now if we can go get the star on Island 2. If we unlock the jammer, can we bring it through the teleporter with us? Okay, so we need to place the pieces in some... We need to fill up these 6 slots. Yeah, okay, I see it. You've now unlocked Jammer. Interesting little polygon in there in its center.
There is much that you may learn in the halls of my temples, for there is much that you do not know. That is why you are a child. But children are made to learn, and in time they come to have dominion over the lands of their home. So it shall be with you and your generations.
Okay. So how do we use that? Oh, I should tell you guys, while I was exploring, I also found a couple of hotkeys. So let me head out to Island 2 here. So if we hit the O hotkey, was it, or no, it was H? Yeah, we can actually see our robot body here. And then if I... Oh, it looks like I can also change which shoulder I'm looking over. That's interesting. And if I hold the middle mouse key, I can zoom in for more detail. So one thing I'm not sure how to do is now that I've earned the, now that I've earned this ability, how do I deploy it? Like, we earned the jammer. How do I... look right, look left, look down, look up, strafe, move, jump, secondary fire. Alternate use, maybe the right mouse button? Sprint... Toby reset default head pose. I don't really understand that. So we know where we want to go. We want to go over here with our new jammer. But I don't know how I deploy it. Like, we earned it, but what does that mean? Can we take them through the purple gates now, maybe? Probably not, right? Let's see, there should be one over here somewhere. No, we still can't take it through. So I'm not sure what earning that got us, but it did not get us what I hoped, which is that we would have a deployable jammer we could bring with us through the teleporter. So I guess it's back to Island 3. Try to learn more, figure out more from context, I guess. We also have Alpha. We found Alpha back at... That was back in Island 1, right? What does it mean to unlock this? Like, what did we do by unlocking this? I don't fully grasp that yet. Or wait, was Alpha over here? Yeah, this is Alpha. Okay. So we have one more puzzle to solve. Okay, that lets us in here. Some torches, very high ceilings, and what is this? This looks like a bunch of safe deposit box or something. Oh no, it's an elevator, isn't it? We can go from -1 to 0.
You have proven yourself worthy, child, and this gate shall be forever open to you. Seek now the other worlds I have given you, that you may attain even greater mastery and bring glory to your kind. But remember, you must not ascend the great tower, for it shall bring death and the end of your generations.
Okay. Well, I think we've gotten a little bit ahead of ourselves here. There's a whole bunch of other puzzles down in the level 0 that we haven't even looked at yet. So we're going to head back down for now. I guess that's going to be it for this time, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this playthrough of the Talos Principle. I'm really digging it so far. The puzzles aren't super challenging, but it's early days yet. They might get more interesting. But the lore of the world is fascinating. And like I said, the second game is getting rave reviews. So assuming we make it through this one, we may end up playing that one as well. Still looking for a way to pick up the star in Area 2. We never found the star in Area 1. So we might want to go back and look for that, or I don't know. That would probably entail like a 40-minute episode of me running around looking for it. I don't know if I'd record that. I might look for it off camera and then just show you if I find it. But look, we do have one of the 2 stars here at level 3. And there's more puzzles to beat, so we'll see you in the next one. Take care.